Hello Lakers fan. If you are one of those who are always up to date with the news about our Lakers, then you need to pay attention to what is coming up on our Lakers news channel. I am preparing exclusive coverage on possible signings, rumors, interviews, and much more of our Lakers, and what I can say is that rumors are catching fire on social media, and you don't want to miss any information. So if you are a true Lakers and you don't want to miss the latest news, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to receive everything firsthand. Let's get to today's news. Trade idea sends rising Kings star to Lakers for Austin Reaves. A potential blockbuster trade idea could shake up the Western Conference, swapping two of the NBA's most promising young players. The Sacramento Kings and Los Angeles Lakers might just be ideal trade partners in a deal that would send Keegan Murray to LA and Austin Reaves to Sacramento. For the Kings, the last 2 seasons have been a frustrating paradox. They're too talented to tank, but not quite good enough to make a deep playoff run. New general manager Scott Perry now faces a defining crossroads: double down on the current core or make bold moves to reshape the roster. Sacramento is one of the few teams in the league without a true untouchable. Even stars like Domantas Sabonis and key role players like Keon Ellis could be moved under the right circumstances. While DeMar DeRozan, Malik Monk, and rookie Devin Carter have been at the center of off-season trade rumors, Perry may be looking in a different direction entirely. Proposed trade: Kings and Lakers swap young talent. Ethan Hutton from Fantasy Sports on SI recently floated a compelling trade idea. To the Los Angeles Lakers, Keegan Murray, 2027 first-round pick. To the Sacramento Kings, Austin Reaves. At first glance, this deal has intrigue on both sides, but also raises questions. From Sacramento's perspective, acquiring Reaves would mean adding a 27-year-old guard who steadily improved year after year. Last season, he posted impressive averages of 20.2 points, 4.5 rebounds, 5.8 assists, and 1.1 steals per game, while shooting an efficient 46% from the field, 37.7% from 3, and 87.7% from the line. Reaves is undeniably skilled, a crafty shot creator and capable playmaker. But does he fit Sacramento's long-term puzzle? With Malik Monk already in a similar scoring guard role, doubling down on another off-ball, offensive-minded guard could create redundancy. Unless Monk is moved elsewhere, adding Reaves might complicate the team's backcourt chemistry more than it helps. On the other hand, Keegan Murray has become a cornerstone in Sacramento, a strong two-way player with elite defensive upside and a developing offensive game. At just 25, Murray is already one of the Kings' most valuable assets, and while he's not untouchable, it's unlikely the Kings would part ways with him without a significant return. As for the Lakers, Murray would be a dream addition, a versatile forward who could take pressure off LeBron James on defense and provide valuable floor spacing alongside Luka Doncic, should the rumored interest come to fruition. Still, LA also holds Reaves in high regard. He's been a reliable secondary scorer, a fan favorite, and one of their most consistent performers in big moments. A deal worth considering, but far from a lock. At the end of the day, this trade hinges on one simple question: which player is each franchise willing to invest heavily in, both on the court and financially? Both Murray and Reaves are due for lucrative contract extensions in the near future. Choosing between them is less about raw talent and more about fit, future vision, and cap strategy. Would the Kings be willing to sacrifice defense and length for shot creation? Would the Lakers trade one of their most trusted scorers for a defensive upgrade? While this trade isn't likely to happen tomorrow, it's a thought-provoking scenario for two franchises at critical turning points. As both front offices weigh their next moves, ideas like this could quietly shape the future of the Western Conference. Potential repercussions and what this could mean for both franchises. If this trade were to materialize, the ripple effects across the Western Conference could be significant. For the Los Angeles Lakers, acquiring Keegan Murray would signal a strong commitment to surrounding LeBron James and Luka Doncic, assuming ongoing rumors of a blockbuster deal are true, with versatile, two-way talent capable of contributing immediately on both ends. Murray's defensive instincts, ability to guard multiple positions, and consistent three-point shooting make him an ideal modern forward. Paired with a generational playmaker like Doncic and a still dangerous LeBron, Murray could thrive in a lower-pressure scoring role while helping the Lakers address their long-standing perimeter defense issues. However, giving up Austin Reaves wouldn't be easy. Over the past 2 seasons, Reaves has not only proven himself as a reliable scorer and playmaker, but also as one of the emotional leaders of the Lakers' young core. He's become a fan favorite and a rare success story as an undrafted player who rose to prominence in a franchise known for its superstars.
Letting him go would require confidence that the team's current stars and coaching staff can quickly integrate Murray's strengths and that his defensive upside outweighs Reeves' offensive versatility. The Kings' dilemma: fit versus value. For Sacramento, the arrival of Reeves could spark mixed reactions. On paper, Reeves gives the Kings another skilled ball handler who can play both guard positions, stretch the floor, and create offense in late-game situations. His offensive IQ and ability to play within a system make him a great fit under Coach Mike Brown's structured schemes. However, the Kings' current roster makeup already includes a heavy backcourt rotation: De'Aaron Fox, Malik Monk, Davion Mitchell, and rookie Devin Carter. Adding Reeves without offloading one or more of those pieces could lead to a logjam, especially if Monk isn't moved in a separate deal. Moreover, by trading away Keegan Murray, the Kings would be giving up arguably their best perimeter defender, a player who's quietly become essential to their identity on that end of the floor. While Reeves offers a clear offensive boost, the defensive drop-off might prove too steep, especially for a team still struggling to find consistency against elite wings in the West. Fan and media reaction. Since the proposed trade surfaced, fan reactions have been divided. Lakers fans are split, some excited by Murray's upside and defensive versatility, others upset at the thought of losing one of their most beloved young stars. On X, formerly Twitter, debates have erupted over whether Rob Pelinka should be selling high on Reeves or keeping him as a core piece of the post-LeBron era. Kings fans, meanwhile, are even more skeptical. Many view Murray as a future all-star, and social media sentiment has skewed negative toward the idea of trading him for Reeves, even with a draft pick attached. You don't trade a 6 feet 8 inches switchable forward for a 6 feet 5 inches scoring guard unless the fit is perfect, one Kings fan account posted. Others point out that with Perry taking the reins as GM, a shakeup feels inevitable, and Reeves could be just the kind of savvy addition to complement Fox and Sabonis. What happens next? While this trade remains a hypothetical for now, it reflects a broader truth. Both the Lakers and Kings are approaching pivotal moments in their team-building timelines. The Lakers must decide how aggressive to be in maximizing the final years of LeBron's career and whether Luka Doncic, if acquired, changes their long-term priorities. The Kings must balance development with results, and that could mean moving valuable young pieces to better align with Fox's prime. As both teams hover in that space between contention and transition, these kinds of trade ideas aren't just fantasy. They're part of the real conversations happening in front offices right now. Even if this deal doesn't happen, don't be surprised if Keegan Murray or Austin Reeves ends up on the move before the trade deadline. In a Western Conference where margins are razor-thin and stars are always on the move, bold decisions will define who rises and who gets left behind. Carmelo Anthony jokingly urges LeBron James to retire. "It's time, bro." One of LeBron James' closest friends has a playful message for him: "Hang it up already." Carmelo Anthony, who shared the court with LeBron during his final NBA season with the Lakers, recently joked that it's time for his longtime friend to join him in retirement. The two have been close for over 2 decades, part of the iconic Banana Boat crew, and have grown from teenage phenoms to basketball legends, side by side. While LeBron continues to defy Father Time, still performing at an elite level, Melo's been enjoying life post-retirement. And now, he wants LeBron to join him on the other side. "Come on, man. Join me over here." During a light-hearted interview on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, Carmelo opened up about his bond with LeBron, and used the opportunity to poke a little fun. "He's still going strong. It's unbelievable, man," Melo said with a smile. "That's my brother. We've been in this together since we were 17, 18 years old. And now I'm going into the Hall of Fame, and I'm just hoping he'll walk out of there and come over here with me." Laughs. "It's enough already. Take a break." Of course, Melo's comments were said in jest, but behind the humor, there's a genuine sense of admiration, and maybe a hint of longing to spend more time with a friend he's shared so much history with. For Melo, basketball has given them everything, but now it's about life beyond the hardwood. LeBron isn't done yet, not even close. Still, LeBron James shows no signs of slowing down. He was named to the All-NBA second team last season and averaged an impressive 24.4 points, 7.8 rebounds, and 8.2 assists over 70 games. At 40, he remains one of the league's most impactful players and, more importantly, still believes he can lead a team to a championship. LeBron's commitment to the Lakers and his relentless drive haven't wavered. Despite a stacked Western Conference, the Lakers managed to clinch the No. 3 seed last season, and they've only reloaded since. With Luka Doncic now having had a full off-season to settle into LA, the front office is confident this version of the team is even more dangerous. LeBron shares that confidence. He knows the window to win is closing, but it hasn't closed yet. Friends forever, whether on the court or off it. Melo's retire already jab isn't about basketball, it's about brotherhood. These two have shared Olympic gold medals, All-Star weekends, and now, vastly different stages of life. Carmelo may be done lacing up sneakers, but he clearly wants LeBron to start enjoying the same freedom. The golf games, the vacations, the late-night hangs without a 6 a.m. shoot-around. But knowing LeBron, he's not walking away just yet. Not while he still believes there's one more ring to chase. Not while he can still put up 20-plus points a night with ease. And definitely not while his son Bronny is preparing to make his NBA debut. Who wouldn't want to share the court with their son before retiring? So for now, Melo will have to wait. But when the day does come, and it will, you can bet Carmelo Anthony will be one of the first people waiting with open arms, a cigar in hand, and a well-earned "finally bro." Melo's Hall of Fame induction adds to the moment. Carmelo's remarks also carry more weight considering the timing. He's just been inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame, cementing his place among the game's greatest. It's a full-circle moment not just for Melo, but for the entire 2003 NBA draft class, which included LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, and Chris Paul, a group that has shaped an entire generation of basketball. With Wade and Bosh already enshrined and Paul nearing the end of his career, LeBron now stands as the last active member of the legendary class. It's no wonder Melo, fresh off one of the biggest honors of his career, looked at LeBron and thought, "All right man, it's your turn." The two shared a heartfelt moment during Melo's Hall of Fame speech, where LeBron was seen applauding proudly in the crowd. The respect is mutual, and so is the history. NBA fans react, one last dance. Unsurprisingly, fans lit up social media after Carmelo's comments aired. Some joked about a possible banana boat retirement tour, while others speculated if this could be LeBron's final season. "LeBron gotta retire with CP3 and Melo for the vibes," one fan tweeted. "Imagine Bron walking away after one last title with Bronny on the same team. That's the Hollywood ending," another wrote. The idea of LeBron retiring alongside or shortly after playing with his son, Bronny James, has been a long-standing possibility, and with Bronny now officially signed to the Lakers, the dream is closer to reality than ever. Many fans believe LeBron won't retire until he gets to share the floor with his son, even if it's just for one symbolic possession. What LeBron thinks about retirement, in his own words. LeBron has addressed retirement questions several times over the last couple of years, always with the same core message, "I'll know when it's time." After the 2023-24 season ended, he told reporters, "As long as I'm healthy and I feel like I can compete at the highest level, I'm going to keep playing. I love this game too much to walk away just yet." He's also said that watching his sons grow as players reignited his passion and sense of purpose in the game. Playing with Bronny isn't just a gimmick, it's personal, historic, and deeply meaningful to him. The bigger picture, legacy, longevity, and the love of the game. Carmelo's joke might have made headlines for its humor, but it also touches on something deeper, LeBron's unique place in basketball history. No one has played this long at this level, with this much impact, both on and off the court. From passing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the NBA's all-time leading scorer to leading multiple franchises to championships, LeBron's resume is already Hall of Fame worthy, twice over. But his continued presence is no longer about proving anything. It's about pushing the limits of what's possible. In many ways, Melo's light-hearted comment is a tribute in itself. It's his way of saying, "You've done enough. You've already cemented your legacy. Now come enjoy life." But for LeBron, the job's not quite finished. So, will he retire soon? Not yet. Not while the Lakers believe they can compete. Not while his body still allows him to dominate. And definitely not before he shares the floor with Bronny James in an NBA game, something no father-son duo has ever done. So while Melo may be enjoying retirement, sipping wine, traveling, and soaking in Hall of Fame honors, he'll have to wait just a little longer for his best friend to join him. Until then, LeBron James is still writing his final chapters, and the basketball world is watching every page. Should the Lakers hold on to Dalton Knecht, or is it time to move on? The 17th overall pick in the 2024 NBA draft came to Los Angeles full of promise. Dalton Knecht, a dynamic scorer out of Tennessee, was supposed to be the next great floor spacer to complement LeBron James and Anthony Davis, a modern shooter with a polished defensive game and enough upside to grow into a reliable playoff contributor. But now, just a year later, his future with the Lakers is anything but certain. From hot start to uncertain role. Knecht's college resume was impressive, 21.7 points, 4.9 rebounds per game, and a blistering 39.7% from three, earning him AP first-team All-American honors. He was one of the most electric scorers in college basketball, with a skill set that seemed tailor-made for the modern NBA, particularly for a team like the Lakers, desperate for reliable perimeter shooting. And to his credit, he hit the ground running. In November, Knecht averaged 26.4 minutes per game, scoring 20-plus points 4 times, including an eye-popping 37-point outburst against the Utah Jazz. Early signs suggested LA had struck gold. Offensively, he was a seamless fit next to LeBron and AD. He stretched the floor, stayed within himself, and let the stars operate. Defensively, he wasn't a stopper, but that wasn't the expectation. Davis could cover for his lapses, and the Lakers had the personnel to hide his weaknesses. But then came Luka Doncic. The Luka effect and a rapid decline. After the Lakers pulled off a blockbuster trade to bring in Doncic, the rotation shifted, and so did Knecht's place in it. With Doncic, Reeves, and LeBron all requiring touches and defensive cover, it became increasingly difficult to justify giving major minutes to another perimeter player with defensive limitations. By December, Knecht's playing time dipped to just 21.1 minutes per game, and it never climbed back. His playoff role? Practically non-existent. Just 4 total minutes in the entire first-round series against Minnesota. A trade that was, and then wasn't. The writing on the wall became even clearer when LA tried to move Knecht. The front office struck a deal to send him to the Charlotte Hornets in exchange for big man Mark Williams, a rim protector the team clearly valued. The trade was agreed upon, but ultimately voided after Williams failed his physical. Knecht returned to the Lakers, but the message was loud and clear: he's no longer viewed as a long-term piece. Since then, the Lakers have quietly held onto Knecht throughout the 2025 offseason. No official trade has materialized, but his role moving forward is murky at best. Given how last season ended, it's hard to imagine a scenario where he's playing meaningful minutes in a deep playoff run. A square peg in a round hole. There's no question that Dalton Knecht is a gifted scorer and a high-level shooter. But at this stage, his skill set doesn't align with the Lakers' current needs, especially with LeBron, Doncic, and Davis forming the core. If anything, Knecht now feels more like a trade chip than a rotation player. Players with his profile, elite shooters with limited defense, have succeeded next to Doncic in the past. Think Tim Hardaway Jr., Reggie Bullock, but those teams had stronger interior defenses to compensate. The current Lakers roster isn't built the same way. And with Mark Williams now off the table, having been acquired by the Phoenix Suns during the 2025 NBA draft, LA may need to look elsewhere for a rim protector or versatile big to balance out their backcourt-heavy roster. Final verdict: a talented player, in the wrong situation. Dalton Knecht isn't a bust. Far from it. He's a talented offensive player who could thrive in a different system, one that gives him the green light, hides him on defense, and lets him be the scorer he was at Tennessee. But for a title-chasing Lakers team, loaded with ball-dominant stars and under constant defensive pressure, Knecht just doesn't fit the puzzle anymore. Keeping him would mean trying to develop him in the background of a win-now environment, a challenge that rarely works out. Moving him, on the other hand, could help the Lakers get a piece they actually need: defense, size, or depth. At this point, both sides might be better off going their separate ways. What the Lakers are weighing internally. Behind the scenes, the Lakers front office finds itself at a crossroads. Do they invest in Knecht's development, or flip him while his value still holds? There's no easy answer. On one hand, Knecht's shooting is still a premium asset in today's NBA. You can never have too many shooters, especially when you're building around players like Doncic, LeBron, and Anthony Davis, all of whom draw heavy defensive attention and open up looks for spot-up threats like Knecht. But on the other hand, the Lakers are in win-now mode. Every roster spot matters. Every rotation minute has to count. And the margin for error is razor-thin in the Western Conference, where contenders like the Denver Nuggets, Phoenix Suns, and Minnesota Timberwolves all look ready to compete for a title, today, not tomorrow. Knecht's inconsistency on defense and lack of versatility makes him harder to plug into multiple lineups. And with the Lakers already top-heavy in talent, his limited utility hurts his case. The market for Knecht, who might be interested? If the Lakers do decide to shop him, there will be interest. Teams like the Indiana Pacers, Brooklyn Nets, or Utah Jazz, younger squads in the midst of reshaping their identities, could give Knecht the space and freedom to play through mistakes. In the right environment, with a longer leash, he could easily blossom into a 20-point-per-game scorer off the bench, or even develop into a starter. Another option? A rebuilding team looking for floor spacing and scoring punch at a low cost. Knecht's rookie contract makes him a valuable asset, a shooter who doesn't eat into your cap flexibility and has room to grow. Locker room dynamics and player development. Internally, the Lakers are also careful not to disrupt chemistry. Trading a young player like Knecht, especially after last season's brief surge, isn't just a basketball decision, it's a message to the locker room. Some veterans may view it as a smart, strategic move. Others might wonder whether the front office is giving up too quickly on promising talent. The coaching staff has also voiced support for Knecht in public settings, noting his work ethic, maturity, and commitment to improving on the defensive end. Assistant coaches reportedly worked with him closely throughout the offseason to improve his lateral quickness and off-ball awareness, the two biggest holes in his game. If the Lakers hold on to him and give him a defined role, even a smaller one, there's still a path to relevance for Knecht in LA. The Luka and LeBron factor, not much room for development. However, with LeBron James entering year 23 and Doncic now in his prime, the Lakers simply don't have the luxury of trial and error. Every season is championship or bust. And in that environment, developmental players can get left behind, especially ones that don't fill an immediate need. Last season made it clear, Knecht isn't ready to be a playoff contributor, and the Lakers can't afford too many empty roster spots when chasing a ring. The trade that didn't happen, the Mark Williams deal, might have been a blessing in disguise for Knecht's long-term career. But it also showed how close the Lakers were to moving on. That door hasn't closed. What comes next? The 2025 preseason will be critical for Knecht. If he can showcase improved defense, more consistent shooting, and a stronger physical presence in training camp, he may force the coaching staff to carve out a role for him. If not, the Lakers may look to package him in a deadline deal, possibly for a backup center, a 3-and-D wing, or a veteran presence with playoff experience. One thing is certain, Dalton Knecht's time in LA is at a tipping point. He still has the tools. He still has the shooting. But does he still have a future with the Lakers? That remains to be seen.